Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and I am changing the way I'm doing my faith planning and bringing you guys along with me. Faith planning is one of those things that I like to change up every now and again because I find if I do the same format, in my studies, the same process, things start to feel a little stale. I get caught in a rut and I find myself just going through the motions instead of really digging in to a devotional or to a study the way that I want to. So I decided I want to change things up. As of right now, what I'm doing is doing a morning study. I do devotionals through several different apps and resources, and I've been doing that in my big faith planner, and I'm loving that, and that is going to stay. My devotionals that I've been doing with Illustrated Faith, I've been having trouble staying focused on the devotionals, coming back to them over and over. And for me, it's more of creating a routine around those devotionals so that I will get into the habit and really dig in to study those. So I'm going to update my faith planner and how I study those Illustrated Faith devotionals so I can dig in a different way. All right, so like I said, I wanted to kind of update how I was working through the actual study of some of these devotionals from Illustrated Faith. Just because I feel like I'm not really giving myself the time to dive into the study part. So here's what I am thinking. This is my faith planner from Kelva Plan. It is currently sold out. I'm hoping that she restocks or adds inserts. It's an undated faith planner. It's fantastic, and I want to use it as my Illustrated Faith study planner. The idea being that I can check in, read some of the devotional, work through prompts each week in this space as like kind of a note-taking space, and then do faith journaling, Bible journaling, anything like that that I wanted to do over and above. I could do that in my Bible or in a faith journal. I can kind of change it up, and I think it's going to work really well for me. I'm very excited to give it a try. The plan is to take a bunch of the supplies that we have from the physical kit from Illustrated Faith and decorate the pages in advance so that it's all set up for the month. All I have to do is grab it, pick it up, it's ready to go. I can keep the current devotional tucked in right here so it's all in one set. I can take the notes, and I feel like it's actually going to help me getting the creative part done in advance. I am thinking is going to help me focus for the month and dive into the study a little bit more. I think what was happening was I was getting distracted by the creative part and I wasn't allowing enough time for the study. That's the plan. I'm going to work on getting this set up for the month of August, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. So I have all of my goodies from the Illustrated Faith release for Hope is Here, including some of the extra goodies. I'm excited to give them all a try, and let's get this set up. I have actually never put together a planner that was for a specific devotional. Normally in my faith planner, I have a big faith planner that I work in. I've been doing like a read the Bible in a year plan or different devotionals throughout the year, which is what my current plan is. And I take notes each day. But I've never gathered up all of my Illustrated Faith notes in one place. And to me, I feel like this is going to help me just stay a little bit more on track with what I'm reading and studying instead of doing it just in order to create something like a Bible journal entry. I want the devotional to be what leads the study and leads the creating instead of knowing that I want to create an entry so then I read the devotional. I hope that makes sense. It's really a matter of what I'm putting first, like the cart before the horse. And I think I was too often just knowing, hey, I feel like doing a Bible journaling page. I should sit down and read this devotional and be inspired. I want to be reading the devotional, studying it on a regular basis. And then if I'm inspired to do an additional journaling page or something like that, I can definitely do that. But I have a place for all my notes. This will kind of help me keep track of working through each of the weeks of the devotional process. So super excited about it. about getting it all set up. On my monthly layout, I'm going to decorate it because why not? It's fun. It's fun to use all the supplies. This is also a great way. Like if you love all these supplies, just, use them, get into them. This is letting me use a bunch of different supplies. I'm going to go ahead and use the hexagon stamp, which I thought was one of the cutest stamps. I'm going to stamp it down in black ink. I have an extra piece of paper so that I can kind of go off the rails here. I'm going to stamp in black ink in a few places on the page to create it's going to be in the background of some of the ephemera I put down. Same thing over here, just because I always like to balance out right to left and top to bottom. So I'm going to add this in that section, and then I'm going to come back with those individual little hexies that you can stamp over the top and pull out a few Distress Oxide inks that I can add a little bit of color to. There are all types of things that you could keep track of here on the monthly layout. I'm going to put the title of each week of the devotional. I can go back and add in some of the scripture. I can do some main themes. But for now, I'm just kind of keeping this mostly decorative, just as almost like a memory of what is in that particular devotional. And then most of the notes and scriptures and things like that will be on those weekly layouts that will come after the fact. So definitely want to put the title of the devotional right here. Let's add the floral up here. And I want this gorgeous washi tape. I feel like I cannot use this enough. I absolutely love this particular washi tape that has all of the messy handwriting on it. It's this big, thick washi tape. I think it's just absolutely perfect for adding in to all kinds of things, all kinds of clusters, for being a background piece. I think it's going to be so, so cute. All right, so I need to go ahead and date this. So we got to find an August, and then I will add 2023 once I pick up some different color alpha. I didn't find any numbers in the black and white that I really like, so I decided to go ahead and go with purple, because why not? I think the purple is super cute, and there's some space right here. So let's go ahead, add 2023, and then I'm going to take a little bit of time to do some stamping across the main spread. The alpha I chose to use to stamp is the legitest alpha ever, but the mini set, because I think it's going to fit really nicely. And again, I'm just doing the title of each section of the devotional on the week that I plan to study it, just kind of keeping track. There will be empty days at the end of the week. And of course, that is where I could add in the different scriptures I'm studying. I could take some notes on that page. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and put the titles down because I think it'll be a great way to track that particular thing. It does take a long time when you're stamping with alphas. I forget going back and forth between alphas and stickers. Alpha stamps can take a long time to stamp out all of the different things, but I think it's worth it because you can really customize it. And of course, alpha stamps you can use over and over again, whereas if you were just using alpha stickers, that is going to put a big dent in all of the alpha stickers that you have. So there's 4 weeks in the devotional, and then there's a wrap-up week, which is perfect because there are 5 weeks in August. So that's going to work really well. And then I thought, how fun are these vellum kind of highlighting stickers? Those will be super cute, getting to add those in, a little bit of color. Love, love, love how that came together. I think it's adorable. And now that that's done, then I'm going to go ahead and decorate all 4 weeks for August at once. I already have all my supplies out, and I think this is going to help me because I'm going to be less focused on the creative. All of the creative part in this case is going to be done, and then I can just focus on reading the devotional, taking notes, digging in. I have so many supplies. I did all 5 weeks. I did the monthly layout, all 5 weeks of my faith planner, and an extra title page, and still have supplies left over that I can definitely journal with, which I think is awesome, so that if I want to do a Bible journal entry, if I want to create some additional pages for this particular study, I can. Plus, of course, there's always the printables over at Illustrated Faith. I could print out more of these ephemera pieces. You get so much bang for your buck in these devotional kits. I just love all the goodies. And what I'm doing mainly, of course, I already went through, dated all of these weeks. I'm just adding a little bit of decor on each page. It's something I do in my regular faith planner. Is it necessary? No. Of course, I could just take notes on each page. Of course, I could just use a journal of any sort, just a regular old lined notebook. That would work well too. In this case, it just makes me really happy to see all of the beautiful graphics and the bright colors, and the fact that it's going to be cohesive, the same feel for each week, it just brings it together as one full study. I am excited to be using the Kelva Plan Faith Planner. I think it is perfect for this for a couple of reasons. I like the classic size. Yes, there's a lot of content in that devotional, but I think this is going to be enough room for me to take notes, just a few little notes, reflections each day. I'm excited about that. I think the paper in any Kelva Plan planner is really awesome, and I think it will hold up to me wanting to do a little bit more. So on this one, I'm primarily using washi and stickers and a little bit of stamping, but as I go through, I would really like to do a little bit of mixed media in this particular planner just as background again, but I think the paper will hold up really well. And then it's just a really simple faith layout. I love the simplicity. I love that all of the dividers are already themed towards faith. I love the different layouts. I think this is a great faith planner, and I'm excited to figure out a way that I wanted to use it, knowing that I typically use a larger faith planner. This one's going to be pretty cool. Decorating down the spine is one of my favorite things to do in a faith planner. I think it just adds a lot of interest to both sides. My plan is in that upper left-hand part where you kind of have that bujo looking area, that dot grid, is to list out these scriptures that each week references, like the title of that week and then the scriptures that are referenced that week, just so that I see them every day. I can go through and read through them every day, reflect on them, and be ready to go as I'm reading through the devotional and addressing the different reflection questions that are given at the end of each week. All right, now I really want to hear from you. How do you keep track of your devotional studies? Do you take notes in the actual devotional? Do you have a separate notebook? Do you take notes in your faith planner? How does it work for you? Do you really just focus on the Bible journaling, kind of read through and then do your notes in your Bible journaling entries? What is your favorite way to work through these projects? Do you do it consistently each month, or do you change it up each month? I'm wanting to do this for the second half of the year, or almost the full second half of the year, and see how it goes and see how it feels to have all of my studies in one place. I kind of feel like I will be pretty excited to be able to flip through and see all of the illustrated faith studies I've been working through, to see all of the beautiful pieces. I think that's going to be awesome. And then to have all the notes in one place, I think will feel pretty good. So that's kind of where I'm going with this, but let me know down below, what is your normal process for these devotionals, or do you like to change it up from month to month just to kind of see what works? I will say something I enjoyed was decorating these all at once, because I felt like it started to really stretch my creativity, because I didn't want them to all be the same. I wanted them to have a different look, but of course you're using a lot of the same materials over and over again. It's the same colors, it's some of the same graphics. It was fun to see what I could do, how I could change it up on each particular week, and I think doing them all at once helped me to think outside the box just a little bit. I will also say, I think I already said it once, I'm obsessed with this bigger washi tape. I'm a big fan of the fact that Illustrated Faith released some larger washi. I think it's so fun to work with. This particular one with the abstract painting in the background, like, are you kidding me? So cool. I absolutely love it. It makes a huge impact, and especially if you're doing simple journaling or simple planning like this, it just doesn't take much effort to have such a big impact. So, like, look at that. How cute. How stinking adorable is this? I absolutely love how simple it is, but it works, and it's going to be beautiful, and then I'll be able to fill it in. Now, here is the question though. I kind of want to use different color pens. I thought it would be super fun to pick pens from my really big pen and marker collection that go with the devotional and use different colors. Maybe even color code, like have a color coding system for different types of reflections. Have you ever done something like that? I don't want it to be too complicated to keep track of, because of course this is something I'm incorporating into my regular morning quiet time. So I don't want it to like be crazy, but I think the colorful pens would be a lot of fun. Maybe limit it to, somewhere between 3 to 5 colors that are in the kit that I could then use to take notes and to highlight certain things through the study. The other big plus to doing something like this is I really feel like I'm able to dig into the actual supplies that come with the kit. I'm hoping that it helps me dig into the devotional even more, but I know that I'm making a huge dent in all of the many, many goodies that come within the devotional kit, and that makes me really happy too. I was starting to really have a collection of a ton of extras that I like to use in other projects, but it feels good to just dig in and use a bunch of the different supplies. So that I'm pretty excited about, and I'm excited that it's all set up. Did it take time? Yes. I would say this whole process, of course, I sped it up for YouTube. It took me about an hour and a half to get this all set up and ready to go, but that's an hour and a half in one sitting that now I can just study for the month and enjoy the beautiful graphics, enjoy the process, and I think it's going to be great. I will most definitely check in at the end of the month and probably as I'm setting up for September to let you all know how it went, how I ended up placing everything, how the study went, what I felt like doing all the creative at once. Did I miss doing it later in the month? I will let you know all of that as I follow up through the month, but I'm really excited about this new process. The last thing I'm going to do is pop all of these pages back in. I love how it came out. And I'm also going to decorate a little bit here in the front title page just because I have some goodies, and the graphics on this page don't necessarily go with the graphics of the kit. So we're going to have fun with the washi tape, just covering up some different sections. I have a sweet note from Shauna that I'm going to incorporate on that page, and that is going to be it. I can't wait to hear what you think of this new devotional study plan. Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Just like always, I will link all of the supplies that I use down in the description box below, so you can feel free to check those out. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for your support. It is the absolute most fun to be over on Patreon. We have a lot of fun things going on. So if you want to see what perks are available, you can check those in the link that is in the description box below. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.